Dear students, today we'll discuss about some of the micro skills in child therapy sessions.
So
Let's move
let's
on.
look into some of the micro skills that used in children's group therapy. I may say that these alone are not the micro skills, but out of my reference, I have added some important among them. So it includes observation skills, active listening skills, summarizing, giving feedback, using questions, confrontations, giving instructions, processing skills. Majority of these skills we will be discussing or we have come across in discussing some other concepts that the skills for psychologists or the skills for clinical training practicals, etc. So you are familiar with this. Feedbacks are very important, right? So feedback helps us to improve a lot as a person. So same is the case for the children's group therapy also. So giving feedback, we can give the feedback either to group as a whole or to individuals. So why we are giving feedback? That is, it aims for the intention of drawing attention to a group process. So we have to give the positive feedback at first. Why? Because since we are dealing with the children, so giving the positive feedback first, it makes the child to receive a reinforcement for engaging in the role play, and is then he or she is more open to receive criticism. So what happens if we first give the negative feedback? So the child will be desperate, and it emotionally affect the further processes. So it is important to give the feedback which need to be specific, and that criticism is couched in terms of actions or statements that could have been used as alternatives. So now let's move to the another skill, that is making use of questions. So there are several type of questions which you can make use while taking a session or therapy. So the first kind of questions, the questions to heighten a child's awareness. So it helps the child to recognize and own their own feelings and thoughts. So questions like, what are you feeling emotionally right now? So what is happening inside you right now? So this orientation where the child, what the child is feeling at that moment. It will heighten a child's awareness. So second type of questions are follow-up questions to elicit more information. So encouraging children to continue in the disclosure of information which might otherwise be censored. So the questions are like, can you tell me more? Is there anything else you can tell me more about? So we'll be able to get more number of informations. So the another set of questions are circular questions, that is directed to one child but ask that child about the thoughts or feelings of another child or another other group of children. So it will enhance the group cohesion. So one such example is given here. Then another question is transitional questions which help children to return to the content of a previous discussion which has been interrupted. So the example has been given here in case of Eric. So we'll ask, a while back Eric was telling us about the time when his brother attacked his father with a knife. So has anyone else in the group had a frightening experience like that? So we are helping the child to return to the content of a previous discussion which has been interrupted. So it is a kind of transitional question. So the next micro skill is confrontation. So before confronting a child, a leader means the person who is leading that group therapy session. So he have to ensure that the confrontation is done as a conscious deliberate act rather than as a knee-jerk response to unconscious triggers. So it should be very specific and clear. Appropriate confrontation is simultaneously tough and tender in an empathetic atmosphere of genuine concern and caring. So there should be balance between the both. Then the next set of skills is processing skills. So it includes verbally exploring what each child and the group as a whole experienced while engaging in the activity, interaction or discussion. So after the completion of an activity or interaction, or sometimes an activity or interaction may be interrupted to allow for immediate processing. So it offers the means for group members to learn about themselves as individuals, but also to learn about themselves as members of a group. So it enhances the group cohesion
So,
also.
yeah, now I hope the concepts are clear for you. If you have any queries, please feel free to ask. I'll come back with another video. Stay tuned.